What's going on YouTube? This is Austin here from Austin, Dakota, coming at you again with another video for you guys today. And today, first of all, I want to wish everyone a happy Easter. Hopefully you guys have safe travels going to where you need to go today, visiting family and friends and all that. I hope everyone has a great Easter. So for today's video, welcome to part 4 of my old school rap CD collection. But before I get started with this video, I want to address a comment that I got saying that the 90s isn't old school. Here's the thing, though. I'm going to state a case just real fast. When Pac first came out, okay, I'm showing this album now because I want to prove a point. When Pac first came out, 91 was when Pac came out. Biggie's Ready to Die came out in 1994. Nas's Illmatic came out in 1994. So in my opinion, the 90s, Wu-Tang, Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, 1993. And you're telling me that the 90s isn't old school? Here's the thing, the 90s is old school. Because you had so many big albums that came out in the 90s, rap-wise. If I had to mention some off the top of my head, Naughty by Nature, self-titled, ODB, Return to the 36 Chambers, Tupac with Tupacalypse Now, Biggie's Ready to Die, Nas's Illmatic, Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, Method Man with Tikal, Eric Sermon with Double or Nothing, EPMD with Business Never Personal. Those albums alone were the 90s. So for you to come on, and you know who you are who left that comment, saying the 90s is an old school, crack into some research, my guy. When you're ready to be a professional, then come back to my channel and we'll discuss it. But don't come on here saying that the 90s isn't old school. So with that out of the way, let's continue on with my old school rap CD collection. Where I last left off was NWA's Straight Outta Compton, came out in 1988. So next album, Nas with, I believe his 6th album. It was written, I Am, Nostradamus. So yeah, this would be his 6th album, God's Son, released in 2002. Very good album, and to me, the last good Nas album. I'm sorry guys, this album, and I believe the Lost Tapes were his last good albums. Anything after this and the Lost Tapes that just tail off, I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest Nas fan anymore. Minus the 90s stuff. I like the 90s stuff he did. And some stuff in the 2000s, it wasn't too bad. Nas was going through a pretty hard time, I believe, at this point. But yeah, this is a very good album. I don't want anyone dissing Nas saying that this album isn't good. So, singles off God's Son is Made You Look, I Can, and Get Down. Those are the 3 singles. Pretty good stuff. It's not too shabby. Best tracks off the album, in my opinion, are Get Down. Not Hey Nas, I don't like that song. Book of Rhymes. Revolutionary Warfare with Lake, I love that song. But yeah, this is a very good album. Definitely check this one out. But yeah, Nas with God's Son, released in 2002. Definitely pick it up. Next album is the album before he did God's Son. That'd be Stillmatic. It came out in 2001. Now, Stillmatic was a comeback album for Nas. Because you had Nostradamus, and that album wasn't very good. But this album just came back. He came back and blew everything out of the water that he previously did. This was a very good comeback for Nas. This one tackles ghetto life, American politics, and he was also feuding with Jay-Z around this time because Jay-Z dissed him on Takeover off the Blueprint. But the Nas just came back and completely got Jay-Z, in my opinion, with the song Ether. But yeah, very, very good album. Very good. It's Nas at his finest here. I mean, Stillmatic, the intro, and then you go right into Ether. Yeah, really good stuff. Singles off this album are Rule, Got Yourself The Flyest, and One Mic. One Mic was my introduction to Nas, believe it or not. But yeah, definitely check this album out. This and God's Son are the last two good albums he did. Anything after, like I said, anything after God's Son, I just start to tail off. But yeah, definitely check this album out. Nas with Stillmatic, released in 2001. Dope album. Literally the next few albums are Nas's the four that he did after he put out Illmatic. So then we go on to his third album, I Am, released in 1999. Funny thing about I Am, and I actually got this information from Immobilarity 1. So Immobilarity 1, if you're watching, let's shout out to you. This album was supposed to be a double disc album, but what happened was it got leaked onto the internet. So that forced Nas to do two separate single discs. So he did this and he did Nostradamus. I might get Nostradamus. I know that album's not very good, but I might get it. Also, an interesting fact with the album art, Nas almost suffocated doing this album art. So they had to put like breathing holes right here in the nose in order for him to breathe. And that's crazy. But yeah, I Am, as far as I Am goes, this is a very good album, my second favorite Nas album. I mean, it might overtake Illmatic as my favorite, but it's a very good album. The singles off the album are Nas Is Like and Hate Me Now. Everyone should know Hate Me Now. Him and Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy, which he's under a lot of controversy right now, speaking of which. But yeah, this is a very good album. I mean, Hate Me Now, great song. Favorite for a Favor with Scarface. Ghetto Prisoners. Life Is What You Make It with DMX. I love that song. But definitely check this album out. If you like his Illmatic and It Was Written albums, then you'll definitely enjoy this album. Nas, I Am, released in 1999. Definitely pick this one up. Speaking of which, I don't have the case anymore for it, so I gotta rebuy it, but here's It Was Written, released in 1996. People compare this album to I Am. Not I Am. People compare this to Illmatic, which people say which album's better, Illmatic or It Was Written. People lean more towards It Was Written because of the production. Some people lean more towards Illmatic because Illmatic was pretty dark. This is very good. If I had to choose, I like both albums in a way. But yeah, this was another big album that came out in the 90s. Yeah, I absolutely love this one. Singles off the album are If I Ruled the World, The Message, and Street Dreams. Which I think Street Dreams has a Pac sample. Which is, the song Street Dreams samples the beat from All Eyes on Me, because All Eyes on Me use that same beat. But yeah, I love this album. If I had to pick a favorite song off this album, I would have to say Nas Is Coming, Take It in Blood, and my favorite track being I Gave You Power, which is talking about the point of view of a gun. But Nas isn't the first person to do it. The first people to do it was Organized Confusion, with the song Straight Bullet off the... Either Straight Bullet off the... I think it's called Straight Bullet, off the Stress the Extinction Agenda album. But yeah, love this one. Definitely check it out. If you like Illmatic, you'll like this too. It was written by Nas, released in 1996. Definitely check this album out. Next up, Da Brat, Unrestricted. This came out in 2000. Everyone should know who Da Brat is. Obviously known for her affiliation with Kris Kross. Her first appearance on Wax was on Kris Kross' second album, Da Bomb. I don't have her first two, Functified and Anutha Tantrum. I need to get those albums. She's only put out 4 albums. Out of the 4, this one's my favorite because it was certified platinum. But yeah, very good, very, very good. If you like her early work, you'll like this album too. Singles off this album are That's What I'm Looking For, and What You Like with Tyrese. But my 3 favorite tracks off the album are That's What I'm Looking For, High Come Down, and the song she did with Ja Rule on this album, Back Up. But yeah, really like this one a lot. Definitely check this one out. So that's Da Brat with Unrestricted, released in 2000. Definitely check this album out. These two I'm just going to show at the same time. It is The Very Best of Tupac Part 1, Thug, and The Very Best of Tupac Part 2, Life. These are both compilation albums, and they're both good. But if I had to choose the best, my favorite out of both of them, I'd say Part 1, easily, just based off, it's got the California Love remix, or not the remix, the original version on here, with Dr. Dre and Roger Troutman. The remix is on All Eyes on Me, and I do not like the remix. The original version is the way to go. And this has more notable songs on it. Like, So Many Tears off Me Against the World. I Ain't Mad at Ya off All Eyes on Me. Same thing with How Do You Want It. Trapped off Tupacalypse Now. Changes off, I believe, All Eyes on Me. And Hail Mary off Machiavelli, the Don Cluminati, the 7 Day Theory. So that's Part 1. Part 2 is not too bad either, but Part 2 doesn't have a whole lot of notable songs comparative to Part 1. And some of it's off of his posthumous albums. But Keep Your Head Up is off Strictly for My Brothers. Same thing with Brenda's Got a Baby's off Tupacalypse Now. That's the best track. But yeah, definitely check these albums out if you're a big Tupac fan like I am. Then you'll really like these albums a lot. Very good. Okay, now for more... This was more of a blind buy. J.R. Writer with Writer's Block 5. This came out in 2007. Now, before anyone asks, yes, the early to mid 2000s was still a high for hip-hop. It was just after it was after the year 2007 where rap still was high, but then it just started taking a nosedive, especially this year. Um, Not many very good rappers. That's why I like sticking with the old stuff. There's some new rappers I like, but it's just the older stuff's better. Um, yeah, Writer's Block 5, J.R. Writer. Um, I believe J.R. Writer is known for his affiliation with the Diplomats. Someone comment down below, let me know if I'm wrong or not. But yeah, very good. This is a very good mixtape. Makes me want to go hunt down this other stuff that he did. But yeah, very, very good. Very good mixtape. I mean, Get It Covered with Fred Money. They Don't Really Want It. Dear Hip Hop. Beast Mode. Runner. Yeah, I love this album, man. So yeah, if you're not familiar with J.R. Writer, I would definitely check out Writer's Block 5. Definitely check this mixtape out. Very, very good. So yeah, J.R. Writer with Writer's Block 5, released in 2007. Definitely check this mixtape out. So then we get to another compilation of Tupac, Greatest Hits, right here. Obviously, yeah, very good. But yeah, this has a lot of good songs on here. But yeah, this has I think God Bless the Dead and Hit 'Em Up, which obviously everyone should know. Hit 'Em Up. If you don't, then you need to call somebody, have them show you Hit 'Em Up. Yeah, very good compilation. If I had to choose the best Pac compilation album, it'd be this one, 100%. And this came out in 1996, I think. Either 96 or 97. Yeah, 96 it looks like. But yeah, very good. So yeah, Tupac Greatest Hits. Obviously 96. Definitely check this album. Check this compilation album out. Definitely check it out. So then I got Mobb Deep with Murder Music. I believe their 4th album, I think. Because Hell on Earth was their 3rd. So yeah, this would be their 4th. Murder Music, 1999. Funny thing is, with this album, same thing with what I talked about when I talked about I Am. This album was supposed to be double disc, but it suffered bootlegging as well. So they had to make it a single album, which is kind of a bummer because it would have been really interesting to hear what would have sounded like if it was a double disc album. But yes, Murder Music, one of their best albums, in my honest opinion. I have my favorite Mobb Deep album that I'll show here momentarily. But yeah, Quiet Storm, easily best song on the album, bar none. So definitely check this album out. Mobb Deep, Murder Music, 1999. So yeah, here's their best in my opinion. The Infamous. This was released in 1995. Yes, this is easily the best Mobb Deep album in my honest opinion. I mean, Shook Ones Part 2, Survival of the Fittest, obviously one of the bigger songs, Give Up the Goods, Eye for an Eye, that's got Nas and Raekwon on it. Not a lot of people know that, but now you do. Yeah, very good. Really classic album. A lot of people prefer their 3rd album and vice versa. I prefer this, in my honest opinion. But such an amazing album. I mean, Prodigy, Havoc. Yeah, I love this album. Mobb Deep with The Infamous, released in 1995. Definitely check this album out. Moving right along. MC Ren, Ruthless for Life. This came out in 1998. Now we want to talk about some underrated rappers here. Yeah. Underrated here, man. Under-freaking-rated. This one right here, MC Ren, man. Woo! Very underrated. In my opinion, and I think my friend Joe will agree with me on this, he is one of the more underrated rappers of NWA, bar none. Yeah. I absolutely love this album. Yeah, love this album. Singles off the album are Ruthless for Life, Who in the F, and Coming After You. This is a tribute album to Eazy-E. But yeah, Voyage to Compton, easily the best track. But yeah, definitely check this album out. If you don't know who MC Ren is, check out his stuff with NWA, and then check some of his solo stuff out. He's really good. MC Ren with Ruthless for Life, released in 1998. One of his best albums. Alright, two more here, and we'll end it here for part 4. LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer, or The Bad Album. This came out in 1987. Yeah, this is very good. This was way before I think he was still beefing with, Kumo D around this time. Because Kumo D dissed him on the song How Do You Like Me Now? And LL Cool J fired back, and then Kumo D fired back, and then LL fired back. My opinion, Kumo D got him on the song Let's Go. Which you can find that on compilation albums. But yeah, The Bad Album, 1987. Very good. This is probably my favorite LL Cool J album. Although a lot of people prefer the first several albums, so Radio, this album, Bad, Mama Said Knock You Out, 14 Shots to the Dome, and Mr. Smith. People prefer those albums rather than his later material. I can see why, but yeah, I love this album, man. I believe the singles off the album are I'm Bad, Get Down, and I think I Need Love was a single too, The Breakthrough maybe. But yeah, very good. Go Cut Creator Go still is my favorite LL Cool J song off this album. But yeah, definitely check this out. LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer, released in 1987. Very, very good. Alright, the last album I'm going to show for this part is Kool G Rap with 456, released in 1995. This is his very first solo album without DJ Polo. Obviously, everyone should know who Kool G Rap is. Kool G Rap and DJ Polo really revolutionized the rap game with the albums like Road to the Riches, Wanted Dead or Alive, Live and Let Die. But this is his very first solo album without DJ Polo, and this is absolutely amazing. Amazing album right here. But yeah, definitely check this album out if you're not familiar with Kool G Rap. If you're not familiar with Kool G Rap, then I feel sorry for you. What are you doing? Step up your game and get this album. This album is amazing. Singles off the album are It's a Shame and Fast Life. Fast Life has Nas on it. Fun fact about this album, Nas is actually pictured right here in the background. Right there, right next to Kool G Rap. Kool G Rap, easily one of the best MCs of all time, in my honest opinion. My favorite track off here, I'd easily say, is Take 'Em to War. Either Take 'Em to War or Blown Up into World. Fun fact, there was supposed to be a video for Take 'Em to War, but I think one of the rappers got shot around that time, and they couldn't do the video for Take 'Em to War, so they put out Fast Life instead. But yeah, I love this album. Definitely check this out. Kool G Rap with 456, released in 1995. If you're not familiar with Kool G Rap, this is a good starter album in my honest opinion, because the beats are there, it's street oriented. Yeah, love this album. Definitely check this out. Kool G Rap with 456, released in 1995. Still to this day, man. Yeah. One more fun fact about this. When I was starting to build my old school rap CD collection, it was Big L's Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, and this album that got me started into building this collection. But yeah, big shout out to Immobility1 if you're watching this. Shout out to you, my brother. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, 456, 1995. Definitely check this album out. Alright guys, so that's it for part 4. A little bit of a longer video because I had to respond to a subscriber, or I had to respond to someone. But that's it for part 4. Come on back for part 5. Part 5, we don't have much to go until the old school rap CD collection ends. So yep, stay tuned guys, stay tuned for part 6. But like I said, that's it for part 4. Come on back for part 5. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe down below. Be sure you hit the bell so that way you don't miss any more videos like this in the near future. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys have a happy Easter, and I'll see you guys in the next video.